What's up guys, Jojo510 here, and today I'm going to show you a video on Valkyrie cams on the new map, Skyscraper. Hope you like and enjoy. Okay, so let's get started with Valkyrie. And the first thing is going to be the 2F tea room. That's the first room that I'm going to show you some good cams that you can place on this objective and outside of it. Okay, so let's just wait till this loads and we'll be set to show you some good Valkyrie cams. Okay, let's get started. So a good Valkyrie cam would be right here, under here. It takes a couple times to put it in correctly because it might stick out. For example, here, it wasn't perfect the first couple times, but eventually you'll get the idea and like the hang of it. So let's throw it in there. It takes a couple tries. Sorry about this, guys. So eventually, once you throw it down there, it's a really good camera. You see? You can barely see it. You can see from there nothing. During the phase of action, the people aren't really gonna focus on trying to look at a camera that's so well hidden, so it's really not much to worry about. So it's a really good camera, and I really recommend it if you choose the 2F tea room. So here, that's how's the camera look. You can see a little bit of the door. You can see a lot of the hallway, the whole entire hallway, so you can see if people are in the hallway or not. Okay, so our next camera is gonna be right here in this new drawer dresser thing. So what you want to do is you want to shoot a hole big enough to fit the Valkyrie cam in there. So once it's in there, it takes a couple tries if anything. So once it's in there, you're gonna see that you can see the whole entire window. So let's say there's a secure area, you can check whether who's coming into that window, and by spotting you can see a little bit of outside. Really, people aren't really gonna look for this camera, so it's okay to spot with this camera. It's not that big of a deal because spotting is gonna help you know where they are. Okay, so here's the last and final camera for the 2FT room. So you see how you can see everything, the whole hallway with the other cameras. However, you can't see that area. So a good place to put your cameras will be up here above. Not really to spot, but to know where your enemies are at. So there's really no point in spotting, if anything. So here's one of your cameras, and look how it looks. You can see when they're in the drum room, and you can see this entrance here. So you know that if they try to make a thermite hole or Hibana, that wall right behind you, you can see that, it's hidden because, you can see where they are. So this is a really good camera. Alright, so here comes to the second location. Alright, so the second location is the 2F work office. Eventually, this office is actually a really good secure area, so having some good cams would be really useful here. Okay, so let's get started for the cams. So, one good cam would be in the objective. Since there's a lot of roamers in this map, a good idea is to have a cam in the objective. Doesn't really matter where because it's just about the objective and you can see where the people are, if they're securing the area, planting. So it really doesn't matter if they see it or not. If not, it's the fact that knowing that it's there so you can know where your enemies are if they're securing or planting in the bomb. Alright, so the next camera would be right here on the left behind me. And it's a good camera because we can see the hallway behind us. So the hallway right here, it could be a camera right here, but you should put a camera always low. A Valkyrie cam is really good when it's hidden and it's low. So one good Valkyrie camera would be to put it in between these two spears. So now you can see a clear view of what's going on here. So if the enemies are attacking from that side, you can easily see, you can spot, and they won't really find it. But with Valkyrie, it's not the best idea to spot. Alright, so the next camera is to ideally see this whole entire area. So you can throw a camera around this whole entire area, but at least it has to be hidden. So maybe in one of these boxes, things that you want to call, you step on a table and you just throw it in there. So once you throw the Valkyrie camera in there, you're going to have a view of that whole entire lounge. However, the only bad side about this camera is that you can't see the door for the objective. So Another cam that can be put, it would be in the wine storage. So let's pick this camera up and let's show you another camera where it's another option to put a Valkyrie camera up near this area. So just throw it in there and you have a good camera to see the door. If anything, a thermite, hibana, fuse. So you'll be able to see what's going on between that door. Okay, so next is the 1F BBQ room. So the BBQ room is the one that has all the grills, and then there's two walls that you have to reinforce and one in the middle. So it's next to the kitchen, so having a good camera in here is really key because you can see where all your enemies or movements are. And let's get to it. Okay, so a good Valkyrie cam would be to throw it outside. But ideally, outside, it's trying to get it on top of that ledge. However, I did not get it on top of the ledge because it doesn't really matter. It's just a camera to see, not to spot. So if you're spotting with the camera, there's really no point in putting the camera at all because it just gives the location of the camera because of the blue light. Alright? So up here also would be a good idea to put a camera, but since there's already a camera there, there's no point because you can set a nitro cell trap up there and so forth. Okay, so let's throw the camera outside. Doesn't really matter if it's on the ledge or not, but it's just to know where your enemies are. So you see how mine wasn't perfect there on the ledge? That's okay, because I just want to see where my enemies are at. I'm not going to spot, and they're not going to focus on finding a camera when they're not being spotted. Okay, so a next camera here would be in the bar. Just throw the camera in there. You'll be able to see that the door to the objective you can see on the left of the kitchen, and it's a really good camera. So here, ideally we would want to see what's going on here because the enemies most likely will come through here. So throwing a camera around here, around this area, would be really good. So a camera that's good is when it's high, but here usually it would be fun or cool to if you could shoot through that, but however we can't. So we can't throw the camera inside of there like we did with the dresser. So this camera is just basically to know where your enemies are, and it's not to spot, if not it's to know where they are. So just throw it there on the couch and it'll be really not that visible to the enemies. So it'll be a great camera to see where enemies are at. Alright, so the last and final camera could be around here in the bar. So it can be thrown up above, it can be by the couch, or it can be in the bar. So here you have three really good, amazing cameras that can help you to see where your enemies are for the flanking and everything. So the next room is the 1F bedroom. So this is a small room, but however it has a bathroom next to it, which is a good place to stay in. Okay, so let's get to the first camera. So ideally we would want a camera to, be near the objective. So really, we don't want a camera in the room, so why not throw it in there? However, yes, you cannot see, but you can spot. So when you spot the camera, you can see where your enemies are. It's not exactly about seeing your actual enemies, but you can see the ping where your enemies are. And it's a well-hidden camera. You can barely see it, you see? So I shot it there. So another good camera would be to put it under there, just in case to shoot the camera above it, the normal camera. And it won't be as visible because it's below. And look, you can see the whole entire floor, the two doors to the objective. It's a really good camera. Alright, so that would be a really good idea and a good camera to place. So a good Valkyrie cam that would be good here is this area, this whole entire bathroom area, because a lot of the enemies tend to come this way. So just throw it up there and you'll see that it's a really good camera because you can see what's going on without getting the surprise of attack from behind. So you don't have to worry about the enemies killing you from behind when you have a camera, to just see where your enemies are here. So another spot would be outside. So this camera is just, to know where your enemies are, because throwing a camera outside and spotting isn't that good of idea because it cancels them out. Alright, thank you for watching.